this is the first day of the Trump administration. The inauguration is happening as we're broadcasting. So thanks for tuning in here instead to get a recap of all the inauguration coverage on the Sunday morning news shows. And I guess with that, let's meet the depressed.
Let's hit it.
Good Sunday morning. Tomorrow, a new chapter in our nation's history gets underway. Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, making him the second president ever to serve non-consecutive terms. President-elect Trump telling me in an exclusive phone interview on Saturday he is ready for that moment, including his decision to move the inauguration indoors. He said while it was a hard decision, it was the right one, adding, "I think it would have been dangerous for a lot of people." He will take the oath of office and deliver his inaugural address from the Capitol Rotunda, which last happened for Ronald Reagan's second inauguration in 1985.
We stand.
Look, just to bring you guys some hard-hitting journalism that you know us for here in Useful Idiots. I just went outside in Washington, D.C., and I can confirm it is very cold.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Aaron doing journalism at like 9:30 a.m.
That's an exclusive right there. That's an exclusive for Useful Idiots. It is cold in Washington, D.C. So I do commend Trump for moving in indoors, saving people a lot of discomfort in the frigid air. As excited as they would be. And there are, by the way, this is MAGA town right now. Everywhere you go in D.C., there's red hats everywhere. Also, I've never seen so many SUVs in one place.
Yeah.
So many SUVs for all the VIPs, all the Trump backers.
VIP SUVs.
Say it again.
VIP SUVs.
VIP SUVs, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then, of course, you have the SUVs for the outgoing VIPs, like Anthony Blinken needs like 25 cars in his motorcade to guard him from all the protesters throwing fake blood at him and calling him a genocider in chief because of his role in the genocide in Gaza. So just a lot of different SUVs for a lot of very important, and in Anthony Blinken's case, guilty people.
Right.
Yeah.
Again at the steps of this symbol of our democracy, or we would have been standing at the steps if it hadn't gotten so cold.
President-elect Trump also told me in that call the theme of his inaugural address will be unity, strength, and what he calls fairness, saying, quote, "We went through hell for 4 years with these people, and so, something has to be done about it." Former Presidents Obama, Bush, and Clinton will be at the ceremony, but will not attend Mr. Trump's traditional inaugural lunch. Among those not attending tomorrow, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and former First Lady Michelle Obama. Ahead of the inauguration,
wow, that is such a strong stance that they're taking for democracy. And I'm sure it really has Trump shaking in his boots or crying in a corner. Yeah, it's almost as powerful as when Nancy ripped up her speech. Ripped up Trump's speech, I guess. It must have been Trump's address, right?
Trump's State of the Union, which I'm pretty sure that was the same State of the Union, though, where before ripping up his speech, a copy of his speech, she gave a standing ovation, along with Trump, to Juan Guaido, who they were trying to install as the new president of Venezuela. So, yes, while she tore up the speech, she also gave it a standing applause in the moments when it suited her, such as backing regime change in Venezuela.
Yeah, and she also did this, I think that was also the same one where she clapped for him. And so all these people who were celebrating her speech ripping were like, "Oh, look at like how much shade she's throwing at him, all the shade she's giving him." They like pretended it was some subversive anti-Trump move to stand up and clap for him.
Shade Queen. She was the Shade Queen.
Shade Queen, yeah.
Yes.
Parade of Trump cabinet picks is making the rounds on Capitol Hill as the president-elect prepares to sign what he told me will be a record-setting number of executive actions.
On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history.
You promised to end birthright citizenship on day one. Is that still your plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
I'm going to be acting very quickly.
Within your first 100 days, first day?
First day.
First day.
Yeah, I'm looking
first day. Issue these pardons.
These people have been there. How long is it? 3 or 4 years?
The Trump administration was expected to begin large-scale deportations as early as Tuesday with an immigration raid planned in Chicago. But Mr. Trump's border czar said on Saturday the administration hasn't made a decision yet after early details leaked out in press reports. The world is also responding to Washington's power shift with a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, setting up a possible reprieve in the 15-month war. Both President Biden and President-elect Trump trying to take credit.
Thank you.
Books credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke?
If we weren't involved in this deal, the deal would have never happened. And it was so ungracious of Biden to say, oh, he did it. He didn't do anything. If I didn't do this, if we didn't get involved, the hostages would never be out.
And joining me now is the Republicans.
I mean, look, we've mentioned this before. It is true that Trump is cynical. He's not pro-Palestinian. Who knows what this ceasefire deal will turn into, how long it'll last, what Israel will get in return. But let's be real. Obviously, this is because of Trump, not Biden. I mean, what's the new thing? The new thing is that Trump is coming in. If Biden had wanted to do this, he would have done it before because he would have gotten credit for it. Now he doesn't.
Yeah, and there are multiple sources from different countries, Israel, Gulf countries, saying that Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff, getting tough with the Israelis is what made the difference. I don't know exactly what was conveyed. Did Trump make an explicit threat, for example, to cut off weapons? There's no evidence.
I don't
of
know. I do know that he was like, they didn't want to meet on Friday night because it was Shabbat, and he was like, I don't care.
Yeah, no, there's
He
definitely
Shabbat rolled over him.
Yeah, there's definitely all these accounts of the Trump team talking tough. But the question is,
Right.
how did they actually, get Israel to back down off of refusing to engage in a deal? Did they threaten to cut off weapons, which is really the main point of U.S. leverage? I don't think so. So this also could just be Netanyahu wanting to make Trump look good because Netanyahu and Trump are close, and they certainly share a close ally/donor in Miriam Adelson. But yes, at the same time, when you have a Biden administration that's been so devoted for well more than a year to mass murder, to pretending as if Hamas was the sole obstacle, to blocking ceasefire resolutions, to lying for Israel as it blocked humanitarian aid going into Gaza, it is quite possible that Trump making some small variation and applying a little bit of pressure, a little bit of tough talk, did make the difference. And so regardless of who deserves credit for the ceasefire deal, the Biden administration deserves full credit for the genocide.
Yep.
And
That's
that is
true.
their legacy.
And also, famously to us, because we talked about this, but, Biden did say during the debate, Trump did say during the debate with Biden lied, said, Hamas is the only obstacle to ending this war, basically. And Trump was like, what are you talking about? Israel wants to keep fighting. So just another example of some honesty from Trump. Again, we're not giving him credit. We're more damning Joe Biden.